Good morning, family. It's Tuesday, and if any of y'all are confused why I wasn't here yesterday, I'll get into that. And another day for questioning the authenticity of my music. Now, I want to keep it a little down today. It's only 6 a.m. in the morning, so we can get a little intimate here. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess it just comes with making it, because I'll let y'all know. No one's here. I'm thinking about releasing another project, and maybe one of those short ones, not too long. But this, you really got to be locked in for the full thing, You have to, because the way I do it, I make all the beats, So, and making the beats can get a little complicated sometimes because, when you set a tempo on BandLab, I think what I have to do is set the tempo before I put the track in. But even when I put the track in, because sometimes what I import from there would be like a huge, like minute long, no, not minute, let's say maybe 5-second gap between when the song starts and like where it gets imported at. So the time signature is wrong because it'd be starting at, let's say, the second measure on the 3. We're supposed to just be at 1. 1-1. Nah. And so that's a complication one, making that. And I think I need to get new headphones. I guess maybe I'll get into this also later today in our little recording. But I got paid first time. It's been maybe about 3 years since I had money. Wow. Nah. Nope. Maybe. No. Let's say 2.5 years just to be safe. But yeah, and I spent it how you would spend it. I probably would have spent it back then. Now the thing is, I'm probably gonna make, now that I actually have a job, paid by the man, it's gonna be a lot more consistent money. And that gives me something to rest on. Because, they still got me working 12 hours a week. And I'm not sure if that's usual. I know in Texas, the work hours are, 40 for, well, under 16, it's 40. And seeing that I'm 17 now, I think, that doesn't apply to me. I remember looking not too long ago. But yeah. Probably got to invest in a new microphone because the recording process is also, honored. I don't like, it can, man. Because I think I rap good. I think I rush though. You got to hear yourself. I've always been a bar crammer because I started this from poetry. I had something I wanted to say, and the music is really just something that tagged along. Really, I was told to rap. Another story for a different day. It's a little bit of drizzle right now, so, man. But we gonna walk into the sunrise. Dr. Yaki, or Yakai. Yeah, I'm still not sure yet. I gotta look into that. Dr. Yakai said you can't miss the sunrise. And it's good principle. I've been staying up playing games as I do. And admittedly, I'm not doing that recording and stuff. But like I said before, in the past episode, sometimes you just need stuff for you, And off topic. I hope we can miss some dog walkers going out earlier, 'Cause I don't know. I was getting woke with my cousin in the CVS. Say, man, you gotta turn this down, man. Which is right. And I think I can't be mad at myself for that interaction with other people, especially when they're other people. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, you know. It's not like I have a script. And if it's a script, I'd probably just be in one succinct area, you know. But let's see, what was I talking about? So I started this with music. Yeah, I think after I had my little fun with my money, you know, I basically taught myself off. If I can spend something, I might as well. You got to be very particular with where you spend your money. Because really, in this world, you got to have money to make money. You got to hold on to every little thing you got. You know, shout out to everybody doing the water fast, and they got no choice. That money's going to hopefully help you make more money. But the issue is, usually it doesn't. Because it'll just get taxed from you. And you're living with someone else, the ads are going to convince you to spend. And then, you see, this is life knowledge. I should probably read more. I listen to people who read, and erstwhile, that also means I'm getting that information from the books they read. Right? Maybe I should start doing that. Doing book clubs and stuff. But the reason I wasn't here yesterday because, you know, my schedule changed. You know, I think I'm still part-time. Yeah. Well, let's see how long they can get that going. Cause I'm pretty sure if they need a cook to come in, they can just call me up, man. Because I'm pretty sure I'm a part-time. Because 12 hours a week, you know, I think they're still conforming into the notion that I'm, you know, I go to real school. Brick and mortar, as mama calls it. Which, you know, I'm going to take it. But I realized, this has always been something I've been saying. It's good to have it on camera. It's that I'm best off really playing games when I can spend money on them. You know? That's my food. You know, some people gamble. Some people buy food. I think that's what's going to be my thing. Because as I've been eating over the years, it's like, you know, this stuff whack, man. Like my mama got a little pan pizza for me. You know, it didn't hit as it did in my youth. And that might be for many reasons. Maybe I'm losing taste. If you know, you know. But it's overall a good thing to have your palate change. Especially when your palate is something that's killing you. I mean, that's just the real of it. You know? The sun coming up a bit. That's nice. But yeah, I'm moving over to a sattvic diet. Not sattvic. I'm not a box eater. Sattvic, as in Hindu. You know? It's basically eating all your whole foods in relation, like your walnuts, almonds, you know, fruits, vegetables. I seen bread was on that list. I'm gonna go with the bread's good. Cause basically no processed foods, no ice cream, no like big meats. It's basically a vegan, whole vegan, you know. My thing is gonna be better than me overall. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. But yeah, that's what I've been on. The food. And you know, they're gonna have to take me out. I'm trying to live long. I'm trying to get like the Japanese. Now, my sister went to Asia once. They be having some nasty food over there, I've heard. All of our chains are meant to, you know, still embody their agenda over there when it comes to their diets. It's not just, you know, sugar, salt nonsense. I heard about sweet potato pizza, like sweet pizza. I forgot what else. Maybe some some Crazy John at KFC. But yeah, it's still like you're basically going for a brand name because I heard it's totally different out there. You heard this about the McDonald's in other states and countries. But yeah, it'd be totally different. What's this nigga doing? I'm not risking that. You see that red shit? I'm not risking that, guy. I need to stop out of nowhere. Better safe than sorry. You know, it's about time we take a new route, man. But yeah, they got me going part-time. That's why I wasn't here yesterday. And, you know, like Divine, Loretta, is that it's gonna be difficult to make videos every day. Well, I'm gonna have to be intentional if I do that, you know. Now, is this the down jump? No, I think that's the cul-de-sac. Where am I? I've never seen that. Yeah, I don't know where I am. I'm gonna find a way. Wait a second. No, that is where I am. Okay, you see, I've never been over here this early. So yeah, we just mixing up a bit. We go here and go right. But yeah, when it comes to my, unpaid job, it's gonna be difficult when it comes to recording every day, you know? Because of course, without a reason to go outside, you're probably just gonna stay in. You know, which is alright, but probably not healthy either. I just need somewhere to go, and having money gives you somewhere to go. It's like, with no money, why go out? You know, for some people, it's a temperament thing. You know, without having to worrying about money, I can go out all day. But I've been living this slouch life greater part of 3 years. It is what it is. I'm getting out that shell. Better sooner than later, because I'm really about to be flung into the world. I'm about to get that fucking age. I gotta watch out, man. They're already playing. Not on me, but different 17-year-olds that be out in the field. I feel weird about you being 18. I feel like it should be same as drinking age. Either the drinking age is 18, which it shouldn't be, or the consent age is 21. That's how I feel. It feels strange. Hell, even how about we bump everything to 25? That'll be better for everyone. I mean, people love beer. You know, I actually drank once. It was nothing little. I back in 2025, put some little like red wine maybe, like water bottle. Now this is a crime, but you know it's past the statute of limitation, which is 1 year. Don't fact check me. Trust me. And I'm not sure if I got drunk, but I was like depressed. I was out of my brain, man. It don't matter if I was drunk. I was drunk off life. But anywho, yeah. I'm gonna get better at, well, I don't know if I'm gonna get better when it comes to uploading the videos. But I like the thought of having a catalog to look back on, you know? Because it'd be nice if I go outside every day. Yeah. Because and it'd be mad humid down here. So my doctor told me I have to run. I'm not running. I'm already sweating bullets. Cause it'd be humid as crap down here. Right? And I probably should just went that short way. Oh well. You know, I already miss some days. But the trick is, I don't know, I gotta find my own motivation. That's always been the thing. Back when I had money, I didn't have no motivation. I just spend it on the ills. And you know, that's kind of how I learned to not want things as much, you know? One is, I've already spent everything to see everything and to know that, yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. If all this stuff was free, it would have been better. You know, in a literal sense and like a figurative sense, you know? But, and two is that I just learned I didn't have a taste for it, you know? It's not as interesting as maybe it is to everyone else. I've thought on. Hello, good morning. But I gotta find a reason to, you know, just go out. And usually that's what videos are. Helps me with speaking too. But you be by yourself all the time, you're not gonna be speaking to much people. And already based off where I've been, you know, I'm not gonna be speaking much either way. Because I basically been outside, just me and my mama, looking at a screen most of the day. So yeah, I might have gave myself laxes looking at them screens all day. But yeah, we'll see. Because I have a lot of stories in my brain. A lot of stories I think would be better spent on music. You know, I put a lot of stories to Please Speak too. You know, if any of y'all remember that series. But there's always something to rap about. And I think that's the thing when it comes to music. You just gotta take a time to sit down. Just lay something down, man. Damn. You got trees broken by the rain and stuff. But, yeah, it's the same when it comes to script writing. You just gotta put yourself with the page. Not say I'm gonna write today. It comes with discipline too. I'm learning that through Hindu practices too. I would say, you know, I'm still learning what I need to learn. And then I can, you know, become an apprentice or a beginner, I guess. All that guru stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's not for me. But that's based off where I've been, you know. Even if you're not prone to, you know, religious teachings, most kids are outside a lot. If that means going to school with friends, you know, not going to school. But yeah, I think that guru stuff not for me. We're all the same, I feel. That's how I carry it. You can't teach me anything new that I can't. And that's nothing on you. That's big ups to everybody. We can all learn something. You have to make a conscious choice to be with someone else. Maybe that comes with, you know, relationships, friendships. But everything that's out there is already in you. Especially, you know, purging it for the melanated man. That's how I feel. That's also why I resonate with it too. You know, the culture of the Indian people, the Hindus, and the fact that the God is the black one. You know, probably figuratively, but back then everybody was, you know. Everybody was the black one. Might change my name to Krishna. Shoot. But I mean, I found that rousing. If I do say myself. Okay, I think it's clean now. Oh, yep, it's that human nonsense. Many amount I walk, just get me out on a humid day. One circuit around the lake, walking, I got all the exercise I need. Cause sweat secretes cortisol or something. I don't know. It's good for something. I forgot. Probably should write that down. I got a little booklet full of vitamin stuff. You know, I'm probably not gonna eat anything more than in that manual. Every time I try to go to the fried stuff, man, as being a vegetarian and now vegan, I used to be pescatarian, I'm slowly moving away from all that meat stuff. And that's really the culture down here, you know. Back up north, we didn't know brisket was a thing. You know? And we might have been better for it, honestly. But I can't eat that stuff anymore. Like I said about the pizza earlier, I'd be tasting the oils and stuff. It'd be frying me. Pun intended. Not really. But that was my subconscious mind. Anyway, the fried stuff, the oil stuff, I feel in my pores. I feel poison. Yeah, and that stuff is not for our bodies, gang. Real rap. But I feel better eating like this, you know. If anything, I'm still caught up on the carbonated drinks. Better one thing than all the things. Because how it goes is, you get the pizza with the Pepsi. I mean, the walnuts with the Pepsi. You know what I mean? And you know, I would like that to be my vice. You know, until I'm fully delivered from it. I'm still caught up on, you know, the non-pure drinks. Which, you know, you gotta meet people where they are, man. Wish I could say I could stop fully, but I'm not in a place to stop fully, mentally and physically. You know, there's a lot of these drinks everywhere. I'm not saying you can't still fast from it, you know, but it gets harder when you see it all around you. You know, I think that's maybe a downfall of a lot of our diets, of the melanated. You see all the bad stuff all around you. You're gonna have to go 60 miles just to get salad. And even when you get that salad, it's gonna be this stuff look nasty. I mean, you know, salad. I mean, chocolate bar or something. Now that sounds really over the top. It sounds like, oh, excuse me, y'all see that? Okay, good. Let's ignore that. Anyway, it sounds very, you know, men eat steak, women eat salad. But the salad's good. You need that green stuff in your system. And you need the green stuff to get the green stuff. And a lot of people who need green stuff can't get green stuff because they don't have no green stuff. It's tough. But yeah, it's not in their diets. I'm saying there like it's not me too. It's not in our diets. Excuse me. To want to eat what's good for us. Because we've been conditioned. Because once I've been conditioned to the pizza, all that fried oily stuff. And now I feel my body talking to me. It's like, It's not, I feel like, you know what I said, if you give like a chocolate bar to a Victorian child, I'm the Victorian child. I feel like my heart's going to explode. It's a very subtle explosion. Very subtle palpitation, I mean. But, yes. I'm glad to be delivered from that. And luckily where I work, I can't eat anything there to me. You know, my first day, I could have got a free meal. Which, you know, sometimes I regret. But not really. It's nice to say I could have got a free meal. Then I see wanting a free meal. You know what I mean? Let's see, am I missing anything? No, I think I'm all good. Got my shoes, got my jeans, hat in the joint. I swear my hat not there. Usually if I forget something, I might as well not show up, you know? Because I already show up around 2 hours early to most of my things. Back in school, and, you know, follows me to now. Or I'd be 2 hours early than 1 minute late. Because if I'm 1 minute late, I might as well just go home. You know what I mean? One thing that I've learned from not being in school was life goes on. Even if I duck this job, then man, oh well. Now I'm sure there's gonna be some complications there. But life goes on. You quit your job, life goes on. The world don't explode. Now you might lose out on some green stuff. But as long as you have the green stuff in your system, you don't need no money. That's probably irresponsible, greatly. But if you want to live, you're going to find a way to. You want to be free, you're going to find a way to. You know what I mean? You got to fight for the in prison while you're still free. That's how I carry it. And that's more of a mantra than a lifestyle for me so far, admittedly. But it's good to have for someone out there that wants to start doing stuff, And even, I don't have to get them out every day, but I feel like I should. It's within me to get them out every day. Now, even with school's about to go out. And is school finished? I'm not sure. I think this is the last week, actually. Whew. Now, for me, school actually ends tomorrow. And I got 2 classes left. Now, one basically half class, I can get that done. Because, to be honest with you, I'm really just using AI. It is what it is. I would like to say I was smart. I was doing all those, smartsy fartsy classes, doing all the AP. I really didn't have no guidance for AP. And, now that I know that life goes on, that stuff really don't matter. You can take the core classes too. And you might be with the rambunctious kids. And, the kids with the helicopter parents. They, the crazy little athlete motherfuckers. They begin put in the AP classes or the advanced classes. So you're always going to have some BS around you. But I don't know. I want to do AP to prove something to myself. And it is what it is now. Oh well. I don't got to prove nothing to nobody. We all the same. That's how you got carried. Already know I'm God. Now what else? So I want to be a king? That shit don't last, man. Real rap. But yeah. But let's look at the time. Yeah, 6:42. I would have just been getting started, some other days on this tip. I mean, well, I'm gonna go take a seat. We're gonna wait until we get to the quick trip. What's that called? A discipline. It differs for a lot of people, of course, but what discipline really depends on the person. And I want to get videos out every day. So I'm sorry about the little rut back then. I had my 2 days of work. I got my money. Got my food. But I think, luckily, I had enough green stuff to be pushed to the green stuff. Because usually the green stuff pays for the mean stuff. And the green stuff can also be used for the good stuff, aka the green stuff. But the thing is with green stuff, the way it's advertised to us, we're not supposed to use it for the good stuff. Mainly be the mean stuff. Yeah, bruh. You see, you just gotta look at that blank paper, get in the studio. Then boom, you can get going. But the thing with a lot of people is, they never get in the studio. And the thing with me is, with school, it's basically me, myself, and I. And Mama was around. But it's a story for another day, but she could have been more around. But we on from that. We get into the green stuff. Not the green stuff, the green stuff. You bruh? But how y'all doing? I usually don't ask that. Well, maybe I do. I don't have really a memory. I kind of just say things. So, I don't think I have ideologies though. But words are just words. You can say whatever you want. Because really, we just have a thought on what words mean. That's a strange looking figure. It's a dude, same get up as me. Now white bull, even scarier. They don't tell you that on the news though. You're like, what's his deal? Well, I remember this smell. Reminds me of, maybe a year ago. Wow, was that a year ago? It might be. When I first started baking. No relation. No pork, man. But I made these almond butter. Well, maybe it was peanut butter. It was some type of nut butter type, John. Okay, now the bowl gone. Anyway, made like an almond butter type nut butter cookie. Use that as a butter. I remember I'm gonna sell these. Now they were very crunchy, but from the feedback I got from the people, my family, didn't sell it to the people. But that's spoilers. We gonna get there soon though. Basically don't count. But I heard it wasn't as crunchy as it could have been. It wasn't like burnt, but I was just starting back then. And I was gonna sell these. Now I don't know how, but I'm sure I showcased it in one episode where I actually had it in my bag and I was actively trying to sell it. This might have been Solomon Gets a Job, maybe? I think so. Because I'm pretty sure that video was like 3 hours long. So that's a length movie right there. They got a lot of pauses in it too. About like that. See, the thing is, even if you have nothing to talk about, just get outside. And I don't know. Just be in life, Nah, I probably should have brought deodorant with me because it's getting a little, a little too humid. But niggas gonna complain either way. They gonna complain if you're doing nothing. And if you fucking sweaty, I'm still working my ass. That's why I am sweaty. Fucking cocksucker. Niggas be mad shallow. You're worrying about other niggas' smells. You gay as shit. Non-derogatory. But for them fuck niggas it is. Tell them to eat my dick. Choke on it. You see, I'm getting out my body. But these fuck niggas exist everywhere. Just the truth of it. Can't avoid them. Yeah, I just gotta carry it, A lot of niggas don't carry it. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be baking anymore. I would like to focus on the Satvik stuff. Not Satvik. Satvik. Like Mike Vick. No, that's also the same sound. Sat like sit, and then Vic like the dog fighter. Not Satvik. I'm not a box haver eating other box havers. Satvik. I'm a nut eater. No relation. That's a clip right there. You see, you just got to get out in life, man. And I have to have a catalog. If I'm not going to do it for anything else, it's going to do it for that. You got to have your little catalog. You know what I mean? But, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be baking any of that sugar stuff anymore, man. I'm a person, if, food was bad, I would just eat it. Whatever that may mean for you, because this happened on many occurrences. When food was bad, maybe it didn't taste good, or it was like bad, I would just eat it. I was always the one to eat the poison. But now I've had my fair share of poison. I'm aligned with my lungs again. I'm starting to realize what I speak and the air that's coming in. So I would feel bad selling that, especially to, my own people. those who share in the melanation. We don't need any more of that. You might as well get it from who you're going to get it from. And if I say I'm doing good, I would rather not be in our system, you know? Better foods can rouse the people. Green stuff can't. Now, not the green stuff. That lets you get the mean stuff. The green stuff, that's good for your mean stuff. The mean son. Come on, man. Now, that guy had his arm out of his window. He probably could snatch my phone right out my hand. But, you know, people be working. And I can't be doing that to a kid. You know what I mean? So, luckily. But I gotta clench this thing, man. We go through thick and thin. We gotta look out for each other. Now, I used to care about mud getting on my shoes. I don't think it matters. Because these aren't as non-tread as I want. Matter of fact, if you're in the know, my work shoes are actually Vipers. You know what I mean? So, yeah. If you can save money, you should. That's all I carry. And, you know, by the time I get my next check, I think I had all the fun, you know? Maybe I should invest in stuff to get me more money. I've been blessed with green. I gotta make the grass greener. I ain't know where to go. I just gotta make this grass greener. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the motive. And according to Paycor, you know, this is like my tax, you know, like taxing money manager. And, you know, I think I lost my account to that or something. They'd be frying me. Like, they're trying to play on me. Luckily, I still got my Teamworks account, but they trying to, you know what I mean? I got 2 paid. I didn't get 2 paid. I meant to say I got paid twice last time. But maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not complaining. You know, morals are already being compromised when you work for a big company, you know? So, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not the big man. I'm just a little man trying to get some pocket change. You know what I mean? Boy, if I had this money when I was 14, I would blow it. Now, not even on something fly. Not even on something like headphones. Nah. I got a flute once. Like an actual flute. You know what I mean? Actual flute. You know what I did? I gave it to someone else who already had a flute. You see, I didn't have green in my brain. You know what I did have, though? Green on my brain. The mean green on the brain. Not the good green that lets you get the, you know what I mean, in your system. You know what I mean? We can do something with that, right? Try to make like kids shows. Nicely done. Yeah, the earlier you go, the less you got to worry about traffic. So I love it. Okay. That ain't jaywalking. That's being crafty. But I don't know. Yeah, you just need to breathe life. I had to live life to know what green actually lasts. I just had money on my mind for whatever reason. There was stuff I wanted, and it's not that I had wanted it. Sometimes you gotta want something to not want it no more. That's just life, man. Don't be mad at yourself. That's just real. Now, I've yet to listen to any of these videos yet. I don't know. Is my hand covering the mic? I don't know. I'm always... There's this thought at the back of my mind to move my shit to the Chinese app. No, man. I've already talked about it, so I'm just going to talk about this. I tried it once. You know, I had one friend on there. You know, I had a few women I knew on there, as you know. But it's basically just no post, Jones. They in the content waterfall. I'm trying to see her waterfall. I mean, that's just honesty. I'm honest. But I can't do that Chinese app, man. Because everything else is already the Chinese app. Everything's already been tainted by that content waterfall. And I don't want to aid in having that be further pushed. At least Instagram is still an app. I went into TikTok, it's already brain rotting me. There isn't even like a TikTok introduction thing. It's just a little symbol of it like loading, and then boom. Well, I'm just in, you know, a wave of slop. And it's like, nah, man. Even these little 1+ hour rant videos, they be like, well, they don't be like. You see, I'm still getting better with my words. That's why I need to do this more, man. But even with these 1 hour rant videos, well, no, ramble videos, what I'm still probably gonna be making those 1 hour, you know, analysis videos one day. I actually have to sit down to write that. You're not gonna see me rambling on something that I'm analyzing. You know, I might have been using AI on all my online virtual work, excuse me. Not the stuff I care about. But I do still have the skills that exist in everybody. Just gotta use them. And, you know, and not spite my upbringing. But, nah, man. Can't be doing that. If you ever see me on the Chinese app, just know it's a fake account. Or a fan account. You know, I love the latter. Shout out to fans. You know. And give me the 0 subscribers while y'all fuck niggas still here. Talk about some flooding my, you know, feed. Fuck out of here, eat my dick, bro. Unfollow me. Niggas think I'm a regular character, bro. Nah, man. I'm not a private account with 1,000 followers, bro. I'm not one of them characters, man. I'm an artist. I'm not your ordinary character. I'm a writer and I got stuff to say. Yeah, man. Just shout out the fans. And any account saying it's me on the Chinese app is not me. I'm probably never gonna change my at ever again. So you got ants on my neck. But yeah, I got a new bell. Yay! Anyway. Yeah. Solomon PNQ _ used to be dot. I moved on from the dot. That was my old account. My fiendish ways. Now I'm in a place where people are gonna have to find me. You know what I mean? I'm already, you know, done with the chasing. Like I said, you gotta want something to stop wanting it. Don't be afraid of love. You gotta love to learn. You gotta lose to love and love to learn. Real rap. Okay, we're getting close. I'm not sure if we're gonna do anything overly fancy. I guess I'm just gonna check my bag, make sure I got everything. And then we hitting 7 flat. Probably gonna get to the QT around, let's say 7:15. Yeah, that's gonna land us on an hour. So yeah, I think we officially know it takes me around an hour to get here. So yeah, good to know. Oh, it's looking, I'm sorry about that. It was looking too flatty. I've been thinking about bringing my pick with me. Yeah, I don't really have a reason not to. I just leave it in my satchel or my duffel. Yeah. But I really need to be doing stuff with my hair more. Oh yeah. Nice sweat. Pushed by the wind. But anyway. Yeah, I'm done with all the fried stuff and oil stuff. I'm not feeling that well anymore. But, you know, if the rumors are true, and I do get paid today, you know, like I rapped in Ujamaa, how you gonna get rich if you don't know where it's spent? By the time you get it, you're broke. You're bent. That's a decent song. I would like it to sound better, but as I make it, or should I say, as I'm the one who made it, I have to enjoy it. You gotta enjoy what you make. You can't do everything for others. And I really just gotta get back in the studio. You know, and really take that time. So yeah, just gotta be more disciplined. And make sure y'all see me more. You know, indirectly, y'all. Oh, that's so, what the hell, man? These damn motorized death machines, man. And they telling me I need to drive these shits. I'm taking the Waymo. He might dead. I just seen a dead squirrel. It was on the John. And I was like, nah, y'all gotta see that, man. I'm not a part of y'all niggas. I'm not a motorized death machine. I'm the original vehicle, man. Fuck gas and electric. I'm oxygen. I'm organic. I walk around on these 2 feet. If you see me in the car, then can it. Because I really don't like them. Honestly, I'm taking an Uber. I'm paying somebody else. No. Somebody else needs that money. And yeah. The man. Or I would like to have a designated driver. Because, you know, again, Ubers might be unsafe. But yeah, I just got socialized a bit, get a designated driver. And then, yeah, I don't got to worry about that, man. Never liked that. I'm sure my parents are going to want to be, you know, drove around. I guess, man. But I really don't. That's not for me, man. Like, I understand why they exist. You know, it's better for transportation and stuff. A lot of people commute very far from where they live. You know, it is what it is. But not for me, man. I'm glad I can walk everywhere I work. And I just take a car. Because to be honest, I've been getting what's the word? Complacent when it comes to exercising. You know, you always have those stints. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do it all week or once a day. Yeah, all week, once a day, basically the same thing. You see, I'm still getting scrambled here. I wonder how I can get better with that. Probably scripting. I should write again. I should write more and actually like write, because how I've been writing for the raps has really been, you know, fitting it in to the scheme, slant rhymes. You know, putting too much words in one bar. I haven't really flowed how I wanted to in a minute. Sorry, just adjusting my jazzes. That's correct. But yeah, And I think that's gonna help with hearing myself. I'm not what I thought because I wasn't treating me how I was. Now, ain't that the truth? You won't ever be what you think you are if you're not treating yourself how you are. Like I said before, you gotta love to lose, or you gotta lose to love and love to learn. That's how you get far. And that's how you be happy. But yeah, I gotta be more intentional with my money. I use my first check how everybody does probably. Just doing fun shit. I didn't spend any money on the game. Because if I'm gonna spend money on the game, I mainly play Warframe. What the hell was that? Yeah, gold plate. I didn't even get to. Anyway, excuse me. I've got lined up in a while. They say I'm rocking the Smash haircut. You need to stop playing on the Smash niggas, man. Y'all's drawn. They ain't never did nothing. Except, mess with kids, which is strangely common in that community. So maybe you should play on them, you know? But anyway, use my money with more intention, because I'm not gonna. I would like not to spend on the game until I have a large quotient of money. That's gonna be my beer. My restaurant, my gambling, spending money on games. Probably just Warframe, honestly. When the Warframe servers get shut down, ooh, well, let's hope no time soon, Cross your fingers. It's a great game, great company, but when that happens, that's going to be a big blessing to my bank account. Because then I can focus everything wholeheartedly on, the movement. What's the movement? We've yet to see. Or maybe activism is a more, broad word. Yeah, that's really all this for me. Because I'm really only drinking all the carbonated drinks because if I'm going to have something fun, it might well be there. I can get them for free on my break. So yeah, is what is there. I'm just doing what I need to do. In order to live, you gotta sell something. Or you gotta work for someone else to sell something. It is what it is. There's gotta be a bad thing. Just the reality of the pie. A lot of days I seem faster than other days. I feel like I could have moved faster there. I almost feel my stomach flapping up and down. So I'm not like wide, But admittedly, I'm getting low fat. And that's probably why I need exercise. So I too can feel in my energy. Okay, we're almost at the Quick Trip. What time is it? 7:08. Okay, dope. Okay, just ride the sides. And then cross over when these cars go. But yeah, I'm just a brother who's happy to be here, man. Before I look like beefing. And if I'm not gonna start a family with nobody, cross your fingers, of course. Why fornicate? If I want to have fun, I'm gonna play a video game. And you think we can literally practice on ourselves. You worry about somebody else. Maybe I'm drawn. Maybe I'm crazy. Hey, stay clear, bunny. But it's a lot safer. I don't need no condom on myself. Fuck. But you're gonna risk it for everybody you meet. That'd be many men's downfall. Might even be mine. Glory to my namesake. But of course, cross fingers. There's a lot of things I wanted back then that, you know, I've evaded. But given the chance to pursue them, that's where the real test comes in. Because screw a fast if you can't even afford food. That's a fast, but it's a different type of fast. Where's the discipline in that? You barely getting by. You know, it's still, you know, body fast. It ain't spiritual fast, though. There ain't no sacrifice in that. It's a shame that it even look like that. You know? But yeah, we gonna see what happens. And that's my favorite phrase. It might as well be my channel banner. You know, that little description thing. We gonna see what happens until we finally see what the we gon' is gonna show me. Know what I mean? When everything happens how I once imagined, then we'll see who's really disciplined, right? Now I'm still working on the paper chase, you know, trying to get my stuff going very slowly, of course, but trying to get it going. And when that stuff gets going, ooh, I might look like a whole different man. And that's gonna happen to the best of us. We all have our vice. Some people evade it, and some people conquer it. What Pasternak say? Would you rather be born good or overcome evil through great triumph? And a lot of us are on the right side of history, the latter side of history. We're gonna have to overcome it, do great triumph. Because a lot of us ain't born good. And even when you're born good, when you're melanated, you might as well be born bad. If you're not gonna be pro yourself, they're gonna teach you to hate yourself. I ain't taking no love class. See, I'm about to end the thing there. You see, there'll be little gems in here. Now, of course, I was about to get into this before, but I haven't actually heard any of the audio through y'all, like what y'all listening to. Let's just hope it works, though. You know, I don't have no overly complicated like audio editing, John. Right? I probably got something I want to comment on before we leave, because to do it at the end of a video would be drawn, you know. But yeah. The thing is, well, no, I'll get into that when we get to our little quick trip bench down the way. But yeah, I just gotta hope everything comes out well. You know, the same phone I had during Solomon Gets a Job, I've had this new phone for about a year now. And you know, I've been dropping it around the place. I was better off with my old phone, but now I can say I have two phones. You know, one for the recording and one for the low. But the screen's all jacked up. Mama said I can't be living with that, and she got me a new phone. You know, I'm grateful of it. I'm still not sure if I've needed it, but it is what it is, you know. The sure made pornography use easier. I'm gonna say that. You know, I've been through a lot, deleted a lot, restored a lot, deleted a lot, downloaded a lot, deleted a lot. So yeah, the phone gave me that luxury. And you know, regardless, like I said before, I've avoided a lot of temptation by evading it. I mean, how strong is it if you're not looking it in the face. How strong are you compared to whatever vice that is, right? Exposure therapy might be good. Anyway, we probably gonna get paid at the end of today. No, you guys will sit on Paycor before they try to play on me. I don't know what the fuck happened there. If I don't get paid today, it's raps. Now I had to get the daily page on, right? It's a separate app. So I used to think I was gonna get paid through Paycor. Apparently that's like a separate, like, you know, you pay your taxes through their type, or you get taxed from there. But yeah, how you gonna get rich if you don't know where to spend? By the time you get it, you're broke, you're bent. I need to post that song later, because a lot of, there's someone else who's gonna appreciate my music how I do, you know? You know, beyond the lens of me being the creator of it. You gotta love your child, man. You can make another. You can't make another like it. But yeah, just gotta post, man. Now, I'm still a little, you know, cold-feeted when it comes to the clips and stuff, right? But music, my account's probably getting used to that now, you know? And this algorithm of science. Well, it seems like I'm running out of stuff to say. Well, that means we're at the end. That's why we have other days. Boy, am I lucky that I'm basically the only person my age really out at this time. I basically got all the pensions to myself. Kind of bad for me. I don't know how to share. But anyway, this is a thought I'm thinking about recently, because I'm sure this is on NDA or something. I'm not supposed to be telling y'all this, but man, them companies don't last. People do. This thing that happens at Zaxby's, you know. Now, I'm a cook back there, right? And there's been a lot of Zaxby's ads. I'm not sure about y'all. Y'all have ad blockers or none of that. Pretty sure when y'all use ad blockers, y'all not paying the people y'all watch. Man, you might as well pay something for your brain being rotted, man. Anyway. What I realized there's this thing on our menu that I see on ads all the time. This is like a wrap. There's two type of wraps, I think. Now, when I was taking training, I seen those wraps being used, but what happens at our place is, and we always suspected this. You know, you go out with your parents, you go to the John, and it's like, oh, we can't get ice cream. You know, you go into McDonald's, right? Oh, the ice cream machine broke. And we all know darn well that the ice cream machine is never broke. And I can prove it. Most of the times I feel like the ice cream machine isn't broke. And being at the behind as a cook, yeah, I remember one time that someone asked for the wrap, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Because they basically have the assembly list on the wall, you know, near where all the grills are, right? Like, they show you how to make it. You know, cook times, all that. It's very useful. We should have all that stuff back there, right? But I guess to save on time, we don't give it to them. But I didn't know this, because this is basically my second day there, right? So say, oh, okay. Someone asked for the thing. I didn't get no response, like, we're not doing that. So I was like, okay, just get the tortilla on the John. Now, I really didn't know how this worked. Now, if people may not know, despite me, being away from a lot of school, I am a worker. Now, I don't like working for others. That's where I get my break time from. It's different when someone else gives you a break. But, yeah. I'm going to stay in here as long as possible. But, I should probably get on, the topic again. So, on the thing, it says, someone asked on the rap, because we can hear the intercom from the back, right? Okay, let me get the something rap, right? Like, okay, you put the John on, I put cheese on it, right? I put it on. Well, there was another brother there. So, like, give it to him, because maybe he's so new to this. Because I didn't know that we were not making what's advertised most of the time in the mornings. Like, I don't understand that. But there's a part of me that does understand that. Because, when you're making a company, you have to cut on resources. And that might sometimes be to the worst. Or, yeah, it might be to the chagrin maybe? Chagrin of the customer. Same thing with the ice cream machine. Same thing with the Zaxby's wrap. And I think the issue I have with it is, if they advertising that, and this is the closest one to them, we making them go to a farther location. I mean, this is why I'm not the manager, of course. Because, I'm power to the people type guy. I'm already, compromising some morals by even working the job. Especially for, these high-end companies. But that's how money works, man. You gotta find some way to live, I guess. And if I don't get it here, I'm gonna have to get money from somewhere else. And the more money I save now, the less I gotta work later. And money's really just a tool to advance people. That's how I feel. And when it comes to these companies, I feel like it's really like, it's Mount Henry, really, how I feel. Because so here's a consensus. They say the ice cream machine is broke, so they basically have to spend less on getting it refilled and stuff, right? Yeah, I'm sure that's the same situation with that. I'm not sure if they make it during the afternoon and not during the morning. They have the whole John. I don't work at the assembly station, right? I'm just a cook. I make sure, all the wings and stuff get refreshed, get cooked. I just do all that, and I like that for the most part. I got a lot more to learn there. But yeah, it works for how it needs to work. But I really don't jack that, man. Maybe he does it on night shifts, the 4 to 11 type. But that's not my job, man. Nah, man. But like I said before, I'm already compromising some morals by having a job. I can't articulate them the best right now, but I don't believe in money. I think money is evil. Have I thought of an alternative yet? Not really. Obviously, it'd be socialism, but I have to think about how that practically would work. So, don't release it to the public at all. I'm sure that's a lot of kids my age right now, too. We learn that, this stuff isn't good. And some people are maybe naive and just, get on the grind set. Either way. Or we put our morals behind us and well, I gotta do this to live. And that's a damn shame. That's what the company has to do to live. They gotta tell you the ice cream machine broke. They gotta tell you, we're out right now, first thing in the morning. We can't get you what's being advertised through our ads. Because we don't have a separate ad. It's literally the wraps. So big you can get its own couch or something. That's what the ads say. But we can't get it to them. Shit like that even might make me quit, bro. But like my mama worked for the white folks, I'm gonna have to work for this check, man. I'm gonna get paid today, and I gotta really be strategic because they're gonna test you. And behind all the veneers and facades, I'm not happy to be here, man. I just need the shit to live, man. And when you can't afford a distraction, you're really just living in hell. It's fucked up in the crib. That was me once when I was drinking out that bottle. Transferred to the water bottle, drinking it, doing paces around the neighborhood. I was fucked up in the crib, couldn't afford no distractions. Now, as I got back into gaming, that was my distraction. Boy, out those distractions, real change is gonna come. Because people are gonna be dissatisfied with their situation. We gotta get a haircut soon. And that's me saying that, not somebody else saying that for me. It might just be better for life, honestly. But I'm wearing a hat most of the time, and niggas don't dick eat either way, so. A lot of niggas look good. That sound crazy. Pause. A lot of niggas want to look good for other niggas. And that's drawn to me. You hate homosexuals, but you act a homosexual. That's just real life, bro. I'm not doing shit to impress other men. Because I do it to inspire. If I'm trying to impress anybody, it's women. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. Anyway, these companies gotta do that stuff to live, and I don't believe in that. And really, until I go on to college, I'm just gonna get this little money. I get paid every. I probably should say this a little quiet. I get paid every 2 weeks, right? And if I'm resourceful with my money, I'm still living with my mother. Use that best of my advantage. And my mother was always a great woman. Yeah, she gave to her kids, what they wanted. And more so than me, because I might as well be an only child. All my siblings, except my late brother, were decades older than me. I'm saying decades, like they 20 years, a decade older than me. So it's more easier to get that. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. I used to want to be different from what I actually was. Now, to be honest, I don't think I can do much off that computer. But it doesn't hurt to try. When it comes to producing and all that. I managed to get the camera working one day. And maybe we might do some more stuff in the room. But when it comes to... You don't have to pay taxes yet. And you should use that to your advantage if you're living with someone. Whether that, if they're your guardian. It's different when they're a friend because they're paying the taxes and, I'm sure they're not financially secure. Nothing against them. That's just the situation of a lot of us. If you're not, 40 plus. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, save what I can, and use it to advance the people. Like I said, you got to work for the in prison while you're still free. And maybe, in the meantime, they'll give me some more respite to work on music. Like I said, I'm not working on Warframe. I'm not filming that. That's something I do for fun. There's some games I play for the cameras. But when it comes to that concert stuff, I usually play that for fun. I got John on my phone. Nah, this is just be strange. Because I need to get a new screen recording website. That's a conversation for a different day. Probably tomorrow. Also, when I get back, I need to do school. Neither here nor there. I always get it finished. If it don't, like I said, life moves forward. I'm just going to have to do some shit again. Oh, well. Whoop-de-doop. Time is money. But time ain't green. I'm not sure if that made sense or not. Maybe. If y'all hearing this, anyway. Yeah. Jobs. It'd be best. This is all I'm gonna say. It's best to work for something that benefits you. And how am I the people if we holding out on the people? I've already talked out the cost that comes with upkeeping a place or sustaining a company, right? And I'm gonna try the best I can for real, man. Man, I'm starting to get it, man. But I'm not gonna leave this job to find another job. I don't. I'm I'm already compromising some morals by working for these people. IYKYK. But if I stop working here, I'm gonna start doing something on my own. And that's how it gotta be, man. So I think that's all for today. Yeah, I worked through that. Oh, no scary shit, man. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't know what I'm going to title this. I like what that thing I said about love was. And y'all will be seeing me tomorrow. I bet on it. No High School Musical. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Power to the people. And these restaurants be holding out on y'all, man. I'm going to get in a quick tangent. No, I'm trying to end. All I'm saying is I'm not going to no restaurant for nobody. We might as well look at the stars. You trying to have me pay $80 for a little steak and some little basil herb? $80 for that? Mess out of here, man. I don't even be eating that shit. Talk about some... What even this gourmet salad, man? Mess out of here, man. Anyway, power to the people. Don't be afraid of compromising your morals for a job. Because that's what comes with working for money. Okay, love. P.